Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy Big T. Welcome back to Football Talk. We're ready to recap Week 3, and yeah, so let's get to it. All right, so for the scores from Week 3 of the preseason, New England beats Carolina 19-17. Miami beats Atlanta 17-6. Seattle beats Dallas 22-17. Kansas City beats Chicago 23-7. Philadelphia beats Indy 33-23. Tennessee beats Oakland 27-14. Minnesota beats San Diego 23-10. Washington beats Buffalo 21-16. Pittsburgh beats New Orleans 27-14. Tampa Bay beats Cleveland 30-13. Green Bay beats the Niners 21-10. Baltimore crushes Detroit 30-9. And the big story in the preseason, which every year it is, it's the New York Bowl. From what I understand they call it the New York Bowl because that's when the New York Giants and the Jets play against each other. And the Giants won by 1 point. They beat the Jets 21-20. Denver beats the LA Rams 17-9. Houston beats Arizona 34-24. And last but not least, the Jaguars beat the Cincinnati Bengals 26-21. So that's the scores for the week. Now we're going to talk about the cuts. For those of you who don't know, Tuesday was cut down day, which means NFL teams had to get their rosters down from 90 to 75 players. So players did lose their jobs this week. But I have three players that were very, very shocked to me that got cut. Now, guys, there could be other big names out there, but these are my three guys. The first guy I want to talk about is Paul Crewe, formerly of the Cleveland Browns. For those of you guys who don't know who Paul Crewe is, he signed a huge deal with the Browns, I believe after the 2012 season, after Baltimore won the Super Bowl. He was one of their main players during that Super Bowl run. He signed a big deal. I think the reason why they cut him was, I believe it was cap, and I think his production kind of has gone down the last two seasons. So, but interestingly enough, reports today said the Saints are going to sign him. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that. My second guy is somebody from my team, from the Patriots, Terrence Knightley. I'm a little disappointed in this. I kind of thought when they signed Knightley, I truly believe that, hey, maybe this guy could really help us out on the front center rotate with Malcolm Browne and Alan Branch. But unfortunately, Knightley could not grasp, from what I understand, the defense. It's unfortunate. I think he's a very talented player, but I think he'll pick up somewhere elsewhere. And then last, not least, my third guy, Brendan Browner. This was a big story from him because, a year or two ago when the Patriots won the Super Bowl, he was one of the defensive backs, along with Revis and stuff that helped out win us that championship, and then when Darrelle Revis signed with New York, they released him because they said, well, we're not going to run the same defense that we ran this year. So he signed a huge deal with New Orleans. He had a very down year in New Orleans the year before. He just, this past season, he just, he couldn't pick, hurt, really didn't pick up the offense. And then he signs with Seattle, his former team, which, he was part of the Legion of Boom during those first couple of years when the Legion of Boom was formed. So it's a little shocking to see him get cut. I thought he was going to make the team. So he's unemployed right now. We'll have to see what goes on there. So those are my big cuts from there. Guys, write down in the comments, who do you think was a shock to see? Who were you shocked mostly to see get cut from your team? I'd like to hear it. And then there is some news I'm going to bring up. The big news, the really, really big news, and this is going to kill because I actually have an uncle who is a Vikings fan, and my uncle. This is to my uncle. Man, I'm sorry that he got hurt. This is like the worst possible thing that could happen. So I'm really, really sorry. So I'm gonna, tell you guys what happened. Teddy Bridgewater has a dislocated knee and a torn ACL, so it's likely that his season is done. I was really shocked when I heard this last night. I came home. I took my iPad. I was reading up the news, and to find out that guys, he was just, from my understanding, he was practicing, and I guess this is what I heard. I could be completely wrong about it. I guess somebody fell on his knee or something, and it just went. That's a tough blow, because that I have the Vikings possibly being a Super Bowl contender this year, with the talent they have on defense and some of the pieces they have on offense. With Adrian Peterson, it's just an unfortunate thing that happened. Hopefully the Vikings can find. Right now you look at the free agent waiver wire. There's really nothing out there. They could make a trade down the road. I don't know who their backup quarterback is right now, but whoever you are, you're gonna have to step up, man. So that's one of the pieces of news. And then also today, Antonio Browne of the Pittsburgh Steelers restructured his deal to I believe free up some cap this year. So he's actually going to be getting paid $10.25 million this year, with a little over $8 million sign-in bonus. He was originally supposed to make $6.25, but I think they're just moving that money up now to possibly make some cap space next offseason. So I believe in like a year or two he's going to be a free agent. So we'll have to see what that happens there. Also, from the other Patriots news, Matthew Slater has inked a one-year deal that's going to pay him about $1.8 million. So he'll be on the team this year and next year. So deserves a contract extension. Not a big contract extension, guys, but it's a good contract extension. He's been in the league for 10 years. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler. He's a special teams captain, and he's one of my favorite players to watch, even though he's a special teamer. And then the big news earlier this week was Joey Bosa finalizing his rookie deal. If you guys haven't been noticing, the Chargers' first-round pick, Bosa, has been in a contract dispute with them. I guess guaranteed money wasn't there or something like that. So finally, he has inked a deal finally earlier this week. So, I want to talk about that for a second, about rookies in the deal. I kind of get a little mad at some rookies that get drafted high, like a top 10 pick, and they think just because you're drafted top 10, you're gonna make, $5, $10, $15 million your rookie year. Guys, I'm a strong believer of you have to earn everything in this world. And this is like, this is kind of like a little life lesson, not just in sports. Like, I'm a strong believer, if you work hard, you pay your dues, you do everything you're supposed to do, and you work hard, because I'm a firm believer of, your work speaks for yourself, I've been at a workplace for 8 years now, and I've worked up from the bottom to where I am now, because I've just been working very, very hard, and I'm a strong believer, if you work hard, it pays off at the end. At the same time, like I said, I don't believe these rookies who get drafted this high should get paid a ton of money. They should get some money, a few million here and there, but they shouldn't be getting paid $8 million, their first couple of years in the league, because I think you need to prove that you can play in this league, because historically there's been first round picks that play 3 seasons and they play like shit, and then where are they now? I think one of the guys I remember a few years back, his name? A quarterback from the Oakland Raiders. I don't remember his name. Wow, I can't believe I don't remember his name. But I remember he was I think the second or third overall pick from Oakland, and he was he had a contract dispute. Same thing with this Bozen kid. He was on a contract dispute. He set out. He finally got paid, and then when he finally started, he played like crap. A lot of interceptions. Now he's not even in the league anymore. If he, it's just, that's the thing with sports guys. Something, especially football. You could be the first overall pick, but there's no guarantees you're gonna have a long career. I mean, sometimes some of the best players have come later in the draft. I mean, for example, look at Tom Brady. He was a 6th-round pick, the 199th pick in the draft. Nobody thought he was going to have a long career. Nobody thought he was going to make an NFL team. And look at him now, 16 years in the league, 4-time Super Bowl MVP, 2-time league MVP. He's going to go down as one of the best ever to play this game. Another 6th-round pick, like I said earlier, Antonio Browne from Pittsburgh. Everyone said this kid had no speed, lack of ball control and stuff like that. Look at him now; he's one of the best receivers in the National Football League. And then another guy from the Patriots, Malcolm Browne. This guy wasn't even drafted. He wasn't even drafted, guys. And he goes on. He makes the team, makes it on the practice squad his first year, and then he works up and he gets a roster spot the year we won the Super Bowl. He got an opportunity to play in that game because Kyle Ayrton was playing like crap. And look what happened. He took that opportunity and he ran with it. And I think he's on his way of being a good corner in this league. I don't think he's going to be defined just by that one play in the Super Bowl with that interception. I think he's going to have a very long, successful career. So that's what I had to say about the whole thing. I know that's kind of irrelevant. So just to let you guys know that this is week 4 of the preseason. There's a game today, Thursday, and I think Friday and Saturday. Then next week, I believe September 5th. I could be wrong. Everybody has to cut down their rosters from 75 to 53. Then the next day, they announced their 10-man practice squad. So that's going to be interesting to see. I will be trying to do. I am going to try and maybe record a video before I leave. I'm actually going down to Arizona to go see the Patriots play the Cardinals. I'm excited about this. I've been excited for a couple of months. Football season is going to start, and I've never been to Arizona, so this will be fun. It's going to be me, my dad, and my uncle. So it's gonna be pretty fun. So I'm excited for that. So what I'm gonna try and do next week is recap preseason, but then like this football talk. But then I'm gonna do another episode that'll come out. I'm gonna pre-record it and come out hopefully. I like to say hopefully Friday or Saturday. What my plan is, I'm going to do a full analysis of the season. I'm going to go by all 32 teams. I'm going to talk about what I think the record's going to be and who's going to be their playmaker this year. And then I'm going to go my top 5 fantasy players with you. So guys, stick to that episode. So yes, that's going to do it for this episode. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. Social media below. Drop a like on this video if you liked it because you're awesome. Always remember to be kind, generous, love one another, and as always, I will see you on the other side, my friends. Bye!